Great story. Great story. And I think those walls and those barriers begin at places like Merrill Lynch, since you bring that up. Because college and pros, you have alumni, you have boosters. Uh, Professional football, a lot of people, and I hate to be the as they say, I hate to be trying to speak butterfly to caterpillars because they'll never understand the language. But people do tend to believe that the business of football and the business of sports entertainment itself is about winning. That's fandom. That's fan. Oh, I can point at you. I can say what I can say at the barbershop and bang my chest and say, I beat you, I beat you, I beat you. I won a game. I won a championship this many years ago, or I have this many championships in my history of my championship. Well, y'all haven't won it. That's fan-based stuff. The reality is, and you say comfort, you don't have anybody vouching for you on the board either. All those signage and all those signs around the stadium and all those corporate sponsorships, because remember, there's 51% stake ownership and then there's 49 broken up. And then of that 49, you have those millionaires and billionaires who have constituents and partnerships too. And if all of those people are looking like you, the familiarity to the face of their company, let's just start with quarterback. Then we'll go to coach. You have to be in a comfortable environment for stuff like that. And if they have not made themselves comfortable with those heads in their C-level positions to sit around their round tables, it's hard for them to give you more than a year's worth of chance if you're not doing anything that's making them happy. And what makes them happy is revenue. Revenue can excuse a lot of L's. This is why I love the blessing that Prime is as a coach. Because the way he pushes the GDP in Colorado makes it very difficult for them to tell him 9-3 ain't good enough. Losing a bowl game ain't good enough. You don't get it next year. There have been coaches fired for what Deion did. We've seen it. At whatever school, we've seen black coaches fired for the turnaround Deion did. It just wasn't enough in enough time for us. Because even with you doing that, you do not give us the pocket change we need to continue believing you're going to get the W and you're going to get a bowl game. That offsets each other. That's why I say Todd Bowles, DeMeco Ryan, you do your job. Your first year in the NFL, guess what you got to do as a black coach? You got to check the box, man. We will let you survive with a playoff game. You definitely survive if you get us a playoff game and it's home. Put that money in our pocket. Antonio Pierce should have had that in the back of his mind. That's how you survive. The other boys, they don't have to do that. We expect you to do that maybe year 2. We'll give you that pass. Black coach, no sir. Gerard Mayo, you come from that environment. It's stoic, but you understand that the face of what sells this product is accustomed to seeing a white face. You're not selling this product as a black face. So guess why you got to sell this product? You got to sell this product as a winning face, which is a more acceptable black face. These people aren't racist. They accept the winning black face since K.C. Jones. They got a current coach that won in Boston. They accepted his face, didn't they? Black coach. So it's not racial, but it's just certain criteria you have to meet. I can't believe you saying that. You making it sound like you just like them people. You want to be them people. Why we got to do that and we can't? Because that's just the way it is. If you don't go in there knowing you got to check that box, you got to win. Prime knew, I got to win these 9 games, but I better sell these glasses. I better sell these seats. I better sell me. If someone takes Prime away from Colorado, and let's just say he goes to another school, Prime got to sell them seats. Because something got to offset you not winning. Because winning when you are color, something got to offset that. So you got to check them boxes. Phase 2. Phase 2. Guess what? It's called the Dungy syndrome. About to be the Mike T syndrome. Thank goodness he worked for the Roonies. You can't sit in that same position for more than 2 years. Just winning one playoff game or getting us a playoff round. No, you can't do that. Everybody they're not going to let you be Jeff Fisher. Sorry. Yes, it's different. So after you win that first playoff game that first year, whether it's home or away, hopefully you get one home. Your next year, you better travel in the playoffs, buddy. Everybody ain't going to be Jason Garrett. Everybody ain't going to be Mike McCarthy. And we know this. You better travel. I will give you a second round, but make sure you get us our first. Make sure you get us a home playoff game. I need a revenue in my pocket. That keeps these people over here there's not a lot of people and constituents who look like you that can take up for you. And the Fortune 500 companies that are really paying everybody happy. Because until you see more percentages of us in those boardrooms, you're not going to get to lose your first season and then get the same breaks. They can't afford it. They can't afford it. So don't come crying. It's the real. It's the reality of where you sit in comparison to where they sit. Because just like Tank said, we're not used to seeing you. We are giving you the keys to our company. But what he didn't tell you was put your GPS in on the bank. Because that's where we need to travel. So don't come in here with all that old wins. No. Revenue wins. If you got to be a character, because if Antonio Pierce was a character and everybody don't want to be that, some people just want to be a football guy. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if Antonio Pierce was a character and he could sell the Raiders and he had that same record, he'll still be there this year. It's just a different criteria. It's the truth.
Yep, you gotta be giving someone a reason. You gotta give them a reason to keep you if you're not winning.
If you're not winning. And the only reason when you're a black coach and you're not that personality that is going to sell their product by personality alone, is getting the W's. Prime has the best of both worlds, but still understands. I better not put a 3. See, Prime has. I know I can sell this product, but he also has. They want to see me fail.
Yeah.
Pushing him to get the W's because he know he got to get that too. So that all works hand in hand with his bolts of lightning that he pushes. So I'm telling you, man, I can't. This has been going on for too many years. We are in 2025, and these guys acting like they don't know what time it is. They don't know the truth. Magic Johnson is a part owner who will sit up and tell you, "Hey, man, you got to go."
Yep.
No W's and no revenue.
Yeah, you got to go.
You got to go. Black or white. That's ownership.
Because they're in it to make money. They want to win a championship in the process, but they want to make money too. If it's easier, or you got a better chance of making some money than you do of winning the championship.
Absolutely. And all of these leagues are only as good as their bottom guy.
Bottom line.
So I don't know who's the lowest on the list. Probably somewhere maybe Detroit got the lowest revenue.
I think, and I know as far as the owners, I think they said Mark Davis is the, for lack of better term, he's the poorest of the NFL owners.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just meant by what teams are making the least
Oh,
amount of money, but I guess I see
yeah.
what you're saying as far as that. But
Yeah,
it's
but
like
they got the revenue sharing too.
they got the revenue sharing.
Detroit might be one of them. I'm trying to think. Jacksonville, I would say Jacksonville's probably.
Jaguars might be in there. Jaguars
Yeah.
might be in there. And we got to keep these teams up. And the point I'm making about this is you guys are wanting more and more and more money. Guess what? In order to give you more and more money,
Gotta make more.
you gotta make more and more money, because one thing about a boss and one thing about a person that works for that boss or a worker is I'm always gonna have to be making like 10, 12 times more than you. If I don't see a picture in this dynamic where, oh, you want to be a $1 billion player? Yes. You want to be a $1 billion quarterback? Yes. Does that make me 12 billion? Then it's possible. But $1 billion and you only making me $1 billion and one? Nah. And
Yeah.
the players have a little bit more line in with the owner in that regard, which is why the coach and the head coach, you solidify yourself with some level of something. Even Bill Belichick didn't have a personality. His stoic personality became a personality from till we made that something. You can be a personality too.
Yeah, if all you do is win, you can have the personality of a dry paint, but you're winning,
But you're
and
winning.
that's what we need, because you're winning, and your winning is also translating into money coming in.
Bill Cowher didn't have a personality. We thought he was a wannabe G.I. Joe doll. But the more Pittsburgh kept winning, remember he was the first one with the winning season thing going for him. That chin started becoming more and more of a personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody that's been in mind, even though I don't like him because I think he's too old. Somebody that's been in mind for his name's been mentioned for the Cowboys head coaching job, Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
He got a personality from his father on what he did in Baltimore, on what he did with the Jets. But you know, his little stint of winning gave him this charismatic, motivating personality. But it doesn't translate without the W's.
Right. Somebody else who was like that, going back some years or some decades, more of a personality than he was a winning coach. He won some, but he didn't do it. Jerry Glanville might be the biggest example of that.
Personality. Matter of fact, who was that Prime's first coach? Or
Yeah.
was it
No, there was yeah, there was Glanville there. 89.
89?
No, it was
Was it
it
Reeves?
was no, it wasn't Reed. It was either it was Dan Henning, I think. No, Dan Henning was Vic. Was it Marion Campbell? I believe it was Marion Campbell, and then Glanville.
Then Glanville came. But Glanville, Bum Phillips, characters, revenue. All of this is, I'm telling y'all, black coaches, y'all better. You're not just selling. You're not just selling wins. You got to get the wins, but you better put that money in their pocket. Some kind of, you got to find that mix.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be surprised when and like I said, I don't even think it's racial. I think you're not a good pitch man.
You got Yeah, now fan bases could be the way they act or whatnot could be more, racially motivated.
Yeah,
They
fan
are,
bases.
yeah, fan bases, but the owners ultimately they're worried about the green. I don't think that there's too many owners, if any, who man, I don't want to get one of them. I don't want that one of them to lead this team.
And the owners can work the media around you to make the fan base gravitate towards you if you give them the W's to get them home field
Hmm.
advantage playoff games. You have to, as a black coach, you got to keep that in mind. I don't understand how y'all coming in here believing it's equal. It's not until you look down that hall and you see more brothers in that boardroom. They can say, "Nah, we can't get rid of that black." Even in the alumni and boosters,
Hmm.
we can't get rid of him like that yet. And then they arguing back and forth, but they ain't the CEOs of Chase. They ain't the CEOs of Coke. They ain't the CEOs of PepsiCo. You know,
Right.
them the ones in there arguing about
Hmm.
your future. Them the ones that got the big NIL money.
You got to realize that is not just one thing. You got to realize there's two ways to attack it, and if you do it right, you can be around a while. Just like somebody who we don't know how we used to, me and a friend of mine, we used to joke and say he must have pictures of the owner buck naked on the zebra. Marvin Lewis stayed around forever in Cincinnati. Never won a playoff game, but they were in the playoffs. They were having winning seasons, and they kept them around.
Certain demographics will allow. I think we might be looking at the type of environment Houston is. D'Amico
Hmm.
could find himself keep winning.
Yeah.
You can just hang out there for a little while. We're open to letting you hang. We will, but they tread lightly on Raheem already.
Yeah. I mean, he got a fan base that'll be behind him, but owners will be like, hey,
Who
we
got the
need
money? Who
some.
really got the money in that fan base?
Yeah, exactly. The fan base don't have no money.
So we gotta really
Not the ones.
not the ones who. It's not enough in the room look like him that can say, "Hey, now hold on now. You let Arthur sit here all that time and didn't even do this."